LimbO Line. LimbO is here, and we are finally back here and ready for our pregnancy and delivery segment, you guys. So I'm so excited about bringing you guys this segment about pregnancy and delivery. But before we get into that, y'all, you know I have to go back and, go back on and talk about my breastfeeding segment, okay? So for my breastfeeding segment, you guys, if you guys are new moms, breastfeeding moms, and you're having issues with anything or any problem that you might be having dealing with breastfeeding, latching, anything like that, I have those videos for you guys. I'm going to make sure that I have them up above the screen here as the video goes on so that you guys can look at those videos to hopefully help you guys out. Now, I do have videos on the breastfeeding segment discussing things like breastfeeding positions. There's 11 different positions that you can use to help you have an easier and more smoother breastfeeding journey. I also have the proper latching technique that's on there as well, and I also talked about hand expressing a little bit as well, you guys, in another video. And also in another video I also talked about pumping, which is pumping in general, and also pumping at work, so helping you, like a pumping guide for working moms, pretty much is what it's called, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So I have those videos for you guys, and I also have a video discussing products and stuff that you can use for things like engorgement, soreness, bleeding, all that stuff, you guys. So if you are a new mom or an experienced mom and you're going through something new, for anybody, if you are a breastfeeding mom and you are having issues in that area and you come across my video, just go ahead and check it out, because I promise you it'll change your life. It really will. So I have those videos, okay? So please make sure that you check them out. And like I said before, I'm going to put them up on here. Let them come one by one so that you guys can see which videos I'm talking about. And you can click on them wherever you feel ready, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and hop on into this pregnancy and delivery, okay? But before I do that, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also make sure that you hit that little bell notification button so they can be notified every time that I post a new video. And welcome to LimbO. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and hop into it. Okay, you guys, so to start off our pregnancy and delivery journey is actually going to be a story time today. I told you guys I'm going to keep on bringing you guys some story times and everything like that. So I figured it would be a good thing to make sure that every new segment that I bring to you guys, I start off with a story time so that you guys can know I've been there. I know what's going on. So that's what we're going to be doing. But before we hop into our story time, y'all already know. Y'all already know what I'm about to do. What I'm about to do. Tell me. Y'all already know I have a new product, okay? Now, this is going to be my first, and I'm not going to say it's my last, but it's going to be my last product for a little while, because since we're just now starting off this segment, I want to really focus on the segment. But I had to show y'all this, okay? Because just look at it. Just look at it. I couldn't let it stand there. I couldn't just let it sit there in the room. I had to go ahead and show it. Okay, you guys, so this beautiful necklace came from Pompeii.com. Okay, you guys, now you guys already know that I'm an ambassador for them. I think I showed you guys the choker necklace from them that I had before in the breastfeeding segment. I show you guys it was a silver plethora choker necklace, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the proper name. That's what I showed you guys before, and it came from Pompeii. So this is another necklace from them, Pompeii. Y'all, that's just pretty. That's just gorgeous, okay? Now you see, like with this, I had to rock my lipstick with it because I just felt, I don't know, I just felt real classy, you know. So I had to do a whole look for you guys. But yeah, so it came from Pompeii.com. And as you guys know, their website is www.pompeii.com. Now, if you look on their website and you find something that you like, please make sure to use my discount code, as always. My discount code, which is POMBLENDERFUL, and it's all capital, so that you can make sure that you get that 60% off. Okay, 60% off. Please make sure that you guys look into it, because I'm feeling this. All right. But let's go ahead and hop on into this story time. All right. Okay, you guys. So this is gonna be kind of like a short video, but it's still gonna be a good video. Okay. So let's get into it. So When I was pregnant with Araya, I actually didn't know that I was pregnant with Araya at first, but I found out in time. Like early in time. I don't mean like a couple of months, like earlier in time. I know there are some stories of people who really don't know when they're pregnant, even after a couple of months, because they don't show, they don't have symptoms, all that good stuff. But no, I found out. But actually, I remember my fiance, at the time, he was my boyfriend. He was saying, I know you're pregnant. You're pregnant. I just know you're pregnant. Around that time, it was probably like November, well, the end of October, beginning of November of 2019. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm not pregnant. It is what it is. So fast forward to December, I believe it was December 23rd. I was at church. And after church, you know, you have your Christmas Sunday at church and everything. After church, one of the older ladies at the church, they were like, "Ooh, girl, Belinda, you glowing, girl. What's going on?" I was like, it's just the makeup. Because at the time, I was still going through my acne phase. Make sure that you guys check that out. Acne. I was going through my acne phase, and I was like, that's just the makeup, you know. So, she was like, no, you glowing. I don't know what's going on. You glowing. I was like, oh, it's just the makeup. That's why. She was like, oh, okay, that must be what it is, the makeup. I was like, yeah, that's what it is, the makeup. But yeah, so that happened, and we went to my cousin's surprise engagement. She got engaged on that day on the 23rd. So all that good stuff happened. Okay, so fast forward to January. Still denying about being pregnant. I done went to a conference for our jail, because as you guys know, I am a detention officer. So we went to a conference, a state conference for our jail, and it was like different jails from the state that came and everything like that. Then went to that, had a good time. Still, I'm not pregnant. So fast forward on to January. I have I keep my circle of friends very, very, very small, okay? But one of my close friends, like, she's been my friend since like middle school, high school. Like, we've been friends for like years. But she actually wanted for me to go get a pregnancy test for her. She probably ain't want her business out like this. But anyway, so she wanted for me to go buy a pregnancy test. Well, she wanted to go buy a pregnancy test. And I was like, okay, cool. So we went to the store to go get it, and I ended up getting it because I was like, girl, let me go ahead and get it for you. You know, I'll get it for you. And it was like 3 that came in there. So since it was like 3 that came in there, she was like, I only need 1, you know, I'll be fine. And I was like, all right. So she took that 1, I took the other 2, and I ended up going home. Now, at this time, me and my fiance, we were on completely opposite shifts. Like, right now, we're on opposite shifts as well, but it's more so like if I'm on days, he's on nights, or if I'm on nights, he's on days. But at this point, we were on different shifts to where it was like when I'm off, he's working, or when he's working, I'm off. That's what it was at that point in time. So I'll never forget, I got home maybe around like 12:30ish, 40, something like that, after me and her finished hanging out. And I got home and I was still up and about because I was off, and I was bored. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and take this thing just so that people can shut up after I done showed them the not pregnant thing. Because keep in mind, I forgot to tell this part. I already took a pregnancy test probably like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, because he actually bought one and suggested that I take it because he was like, I just know that you're pregnant. But it came out to be negative, not pregnant. So I was like I told you, I'm not pregnant. So fast forward back to this night when I did buy the pregnancy test. This was on January the 7th. I will never forget. It was on January the 7th, 2019. Or maybe it was January the 9th. Either way, it goes the 7th or the 9th of 2019, January. Okay? So I went in the bathroom, took the pregnancy test, and I was like, man, this thing just gonna be saying not pregnant as always, or whatever like that. And at the time, I was actually on the phone with him because he was just calling to check in on me, since he had a second, you know, to do so. So he was just checking on me and everything like that. And I was like, oh, nothing or whatever, you know, I'm not doing anything. I'm just chilling at the house, don't got nothing to do, da da da. So I had got the clear blue, you guys. Now y'all know clear blue is pretty accurate, all right? So keep that in mind when I tell y'all this story. So yeah, so I took it, it came back, and the thing said pregnant. When I saw that it said pregnant, I said, oh, hell no. So he was like, what's wrong? You all right? I was like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm straight. Everything fine. So I ended up sending him a picture of the pregnancy test since we were on the phone. So the way that he tells the story, he thought that I was sending him like a little, you know, like a little sexy picture or something like that. So when he opened it up, he was like, "That's you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh." And I was like, "Oh." So then we got all that out the way of being shocked. And we started, you know, trying to, you know, make sure that we figure out what we needed to do. So the first thing was to make sure that it was accurate, that it actually was the results, that I actually was pregnant before we told anyone. So in the midst of that, I took that test. I took the other test that came in as well. So that's 2 clear blue tests that I took, and they both said pregnant, and I still wasn't convinced, y'all. I still wasn't convinced. After that happened, I ended up taking another pregnancy test. That one came out positive. I was like, nah, this still ain't right. I ended up taking another one. Once I took another, I took another one. I had bought another 2-pack one, and so I took one test. But by this time, I finally scheduled an appointment with the doctor to get a accurate pregnancy test. So I took the 4th test, and that one came out. At first, I had it flipped upside down, y'all. So I was like, see, I knew this thing was negative, but it actually was positive. I had to flip it over the right side, and it was a plus sign. So yeah, it came out positive. I still was like, man, nah. I was like, let me go on to this nurse, because when I go to this doctor's office and the nurse does it, it's going to say not pregnant because something wrong with these pregnancy tests. So we went to the doctor's office. The nurse did a pregnancy test on me, came out pregnant. She was like, you're definitely pregnant. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. You know, like that. She told me how far along I was and everything like that. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. You were so helpful. Got home. I was like, man, I'm taking another test because she did the same P test I did. So it can't be right. So let me do one more. So I took the 6th one, which was the second one that came into that 2-pack that I had. That one came out positive. So by that time, my mom was like, Belinda, you pregnant. Just leave it alone, okay? You're pregnant. I was like, okay. And Brad said, he was like, babe, like, you pregnant. Like, just stop. Stop denying it. You're pregnant. So I was like, hey, man, all right. Well, if y'all, okay, I'm going to let it go. So rewinding back to the 4th test. Rewinding back to the 4th test. After I took that 4th test, we decided to go ahead and start telling, you know, certain people, because we knew we had a doctor's appointment. But after 4th test, Braxton was pretty much like, look, you pregnant at the end of the day. So yeah, so we ended up telling his mom in a sweet way. He did like a letter. I forgot exactly what the letter said, but it was so sweet. And it had like, you know, hey grandma at the end or something. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was so sweet. And so she fell out on the bed because she was so excited. Then we told his dad. His dad was excited as well. Then we told my mom on the phone, because I wasn't at her house at the time. I was actually hanging out with him. Told her on the phone. She was like, girl, you lying. Why are you lying? Keep in mind, y'all, my mom is like, she's older. Like, she's in her 60s. So she was like, girl, you lying. Why are you lying like that? Why are you lying? Stop lying, Belinda. You know, and laughing. And I was like, no, mama, like, I'm pregnant. And she was like, what? So she was excited about it too. Then I told my sister. Yeah, my sister probably had like the most like weirdest reaction. Like when I told her, she started laughing. Like she just bust out laughing. I was like, me and Braxton looked at each other like, what is wrong with her? All right, she's laughing. So she was like, no, let me explain why I'm laughing. So me and my sister, we're like this. Like we're very, very close. So she was like, it came in her mind like a couple of days ago that I was pregnant. But she ignored it and was like, ain't no pregnant, whatever like that. And she never thought of it after that point. So when I called her and told her, it just cracked her up because of the fact that she ignored the sign that I was pregnant when she technically knew before I even knew that I was pregnant. So yeah, it was crazy. But anyway, so fast forward on, we finally found out, you know, I'm officially pregnant. We finally got a chance to do the ultrasound and hear the heartbeat and all of that. And y'all, when you hear that heartbeat, that's when you're like, oh my gosh, like I really have a life growing inside of me that's gonna call me mommy. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like, after I heard that heartbeat and everything, it was a wrap from there. I was like, okay, we got to figure out what we're going to do. Like, you know, as far as, like, baby shower. I can't wait to figure out what the gender is. Gender reveal. This, that, third. Like, it was so much. As well as making sure that we made it our business or our priority to make sure that this baby would come out healthy as possible, God's willing. So we made sure that we did everything we had to do that. So as far as like eating fruits, eating vegetables, every now and then, you know, you're pregnant, you're gonna have your cravings and stuff like that. Feel free to go for your cravings, but sometimes going for your cravings is not the ultimate thing to do. But when I had those cravings and I was like, I just gotta have it, oh, that was a wrap. I got what it was that I was craving, trust and believe. But she also received from me stuff that I was eating that was good as well. And water, oh my goodness, water is so important when you are pregnant, y'all. Keep water as your best friend when you're pregnant, because especially if you're pregnant during the summertime, y'all, water. I was pregnant during the summertime because Araya was born in September. So I was pregnant, what, January, February, March, April, May, all those hot months. Like, and honestly, I'm not a winter person anyway. I don't like the cold. So the fact that I was pregnant with her during the summertime, I actually was okay with that. I really didn't go through, you know, I'm about to die, I'm so hot, you know, I got this person in me and it's making me hotter. Like, I really didn't go through that stuff. I just, you know, I dressed cool and I made sure that I kept my appearance up while I was pregnant, because I didn't want people to feel like, you know, oh, she done let herself she done wore herself down since she got pregnant or anything like that. But, and me personally, I don't really care about what people think, but I care about what I think. So for me, when I look in the mirror, if I'm like, girl, what happened to you? I know that I need to go ahead and do something. So I made sure that I kept my appearance up while being pregnant. And I also was working. So that helped me out a lot too, because it kept me active. It kept me doing stuff. So I was still working at the jail while I was pregnant. They just made sure that they had me like doing light duty type stuff, since, you know, technically I would be a liability, which I appreciate them so much for. But I worked up into my due date because Araya was late coming out. So I worked up into my due date, you guys. What else do I want to talk to y'all about with this story time? Oh, I still made sure that I, you know, attended certain things. I still had fun. Don't ever let pregnancy make you feel like, you know, you just can't have any fun at all. You just have to be a Debbie Downer all the time. No, I would still go around like my line sisters and have fun with them, because I actually had a line sister that got married while I was pregnant. I was in her wedding. I'll post a picture right there for y'all to see. But I actually was in the wedding. I was a bridesmaid, like, and I had a blast there. I was there when we had our little fun the night before, like going out to eat and everything like that. Like, I can't drink, but I can eat. Yeah, I can definitely eat. So yeah, I still had my fun. You know, of course they asked me questions about pregnancy and how it feels being pregnant, all like that. But yeah, so I mean, like, questions were asked and stuff like that, and I made sure, and you know, it was my first time being pregnant, so it's like, you know, I was just like, I was nervous because I was like, how am I going to do this? I want to make sure that she is healthy coming out. So I asked questions whenever I talked to my doctors, midwives, y'all. I had midwives. Thank God for midwives. That's what I had, midwives. And I do not regret that one bit. That was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Midwives and nurses. I started seeing doctors during my last weeks. And when I had to deliver her, that's when I saw a doctor. All the rest of the time, midwives. And even afterwards, midwives. So that was like the best thing ever that could have ever happened to me with being pregnant. If I have another child, midwives. That's what I'm gonna do, because it's like the best thing, y'all. When I tell y'all, if you can make the decision of a midwife or a doctor, choose a midwife. Okay, and nothing is wrong with doctors. Doctors are awesome as well, but midwives are trained to show a little bit more sentiment towards you, or show a little bit more encouragement and sympathy towards you, or empathy towards you, as like, you know, making sure like, are you okay? Make sure you're doing this, make sure you're doing that. Doctors are awesome as well, but doctors' main focus is to make sure that you're good and your baby is good. This is what you need to do. And, you know, I'm still going to be nice to you. I'm still going to, but I'm still going to tell you what you need to do, because at the end of the day, we're going to deliver this baby and you're going to be safe as well. That's the doctor's thing. Midwives, they feel like that too, but during the pregnancy journey, they make sure that they're like stepping along with you in the process. So both are wonderful. Both are great. During delivery, I'm glad that I had both on my side. But when it came down to just my pregnancy journey, I'm glad that I had a midwife. I really am. So like I said, doctors are amazing, midwives are amazing, but during my pregnancy journey, midwives, those was the ones, okay? Also during pregnancy, I had to, you know, of course you got to start going to your appointments and stuff like that. and I had to do the sugar, the glucose. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Glucose test. I had to do that. I'm getting tongue tied. I had to do that test for, you know, to see if you're diabetic. You know, sometimes you get pregnancy diabetes. I know it's some more proper name for it, but that's what I'm gonna call it, pregnancy diabetes. You know, you can get that sometimes when you're pregnant, especially if you eat a lot of sweets and stuff like that. So they're gonna make sure they do that test to you as well. And I did it, and it really wasn't as bad as people was trying to tell me. So I'm glad that I thought the worst, because it ended up not being as bad. Also, furthering, like, moving on forward with everything, I made sure that, you know, I did what I had to do to, you know, keep her as healthy as possible. Morning sickness in the beginning, it seemed like, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. Y'all comment down below if y'all experienced this. It seems like everything is good when you don't know that you're pregnant, but as soon as you find out that you're pregnant, that's when the morning sickness and stuff starts. And I don't know why they call it morning sickness, because it happens all throughout the day. So it's like, morning sickness where? Because I be sick more so, or I be throwing up more so in the middle of the day and stuff than in the morning. So why is it morning sickness? But anyway, it is what it is. But comment down below if I'm not the only one who went through that. Like, it seems like that's when you really start going through that morning sickness stage, after the fact that you realize, oh, I'm pregnant. Not when you don't know. But yeah, so that happened. During my pregnancy though, I really didn't gain much weight until the last few weeks of still being pregnant. That's really when I started showing, which was crazy. But I found out from my aunts on my dad's side that they actually didn't gain much weight when they were pregnant either. They didn't gain their weight until near the end of their pregnancy. So I'm guessing that's where it came from for me, because I really didn't gain weight until that end result, that ending point. That's when my stomach really was showing, because for the longest I was like, I don't hardly got no stomach, da, da, da. But I got that stomach at the end, trust me, I did. But after that, you guys, September 19th came and Araya was here. So that is pretty much what happened with my pregnancy journey. But all right, you guys, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this story time. I know it was kind of short and to the point with the story time, but that's because I want to make sure that I leave these details for the other videos for when I have to explain other things to you guys, like apps and things like that. So that's why I made sure this video was still to the point but short. So that's why I did that. I can't wait to be showing you guys or coming to you guys with some more videos. I'm so excited about beginning this segment with you guys finally. Okay, so yeah, I just can't wait. So we're gonna be coming back with another video, and I hope that you guys are ready for it, okay? Because I'm so excited about this. And to my breastfeeding moms, if you are still breastfeeding, still going through that journey, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it pushing, because like I always say, we ain't no quitters, okay? And that's facts, all right? But we're going to keep it going with the pregnancy and delivery segment as well. And also, please make sure that you look at those other videos that I told you guys to look at in the breastfeeding segment when it comes down to if you have questions about pumping, breastfeeding positions, breastfeeding with latching for breastfeeding, products that you can use for soreness and everything like that, pumping at work. I have all those videos in the breastfeeding segment. So please make sure you check those videos out as well, all right? Okay, you guys. Also, make sure that you check out www.pondpay.com if you want to check out some of their merchandise that they have. And make sure that if you do like something and you decide to purchase it, use my discount code, which is PalmBlendiful, so you can make sure that you get that 60% off. All right, you guys? All right. Also, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also to hit that little bell notification button so that you can be notified every time that I post a new video. As always, y'all stay blessed. Bye.